He joins us from our studio in Abuja. Good evening, General. It's been a weekend of security threats from Katsina, where the residence of a former IGP was attacked, to the attacks on villages in Plateau State. What do you think is responsible for this spate of attacks we're seeing in different parts of the country?
Well, Amarachi, good evening. It's a frightening dimension that can be best described as an apocalypse. What is going on is in the national discourse, we have discussed the various factors that have caused this insecurity. But what we need to define is a security architecture that will help us address this myriad of security challenges. For instance, the proliferation of small arms and light weapons have remained unchecked. And institutions that are tasked to do all these issues have also not lived up to expectation. For instance, the one that happened in Plateau State, I had the police commissioner saying that there was a curfew while the citizens complied, that the attackers or the assailants did not comply. How do you want the assailants to comply? The assailants will not tell you they are coming to attack. So what you need to do is to put in the measures that will help you track them and get them out of the system. But you don't want the assailant to tell you that they are coming. Assailants are not within your purview, so they are not going to comply with whatever decisions that you have made or the security measures you are doing. So you have to be proactive. The security architecture I'm actually talking about is redesigning our policing system. Community policing is just described, as a euphemism for security challenges aggression. But taking it in further notice is to properly get the community to get involved in the policing of their environment. For instance, in advanced countries, you have various surveillance measures, but where they are not available, you have the locals who are able to tell you when there's a breach of security. If we don't get the locals involved in our security architecture, the police are already overstretched, and the attitudinal change to do a better job is lacking in the system.
I do understand what you're saying about community policing and the security agencies being overwhelmed, but you also need to be careful who you're recruiting in the community to be sure that they're people who are worthy of these positions and who can actually help work with the police and with other security agencies to protect the communities, right?
Yes. The issue there is that there seems to be a breach of contract, social contract between the government and the people. Now the issue of man must work has become an issue. Man must survive has become an issue. So even in the local populace, it is difficult to decipher who is real and who is not real, because the easiest way to make money is through these security aberrations like armed robbery, kidnappings, and all that. So what you do in this case is to actually make sure that there is a lot of employment activity that is going on. For instance, in Nigeria today, 56% of Nigerian youths are unemployed. So when they are unemployed and they are hungry, so it's really difficult to say, oh, don't do this and don't do that. So the issue is there must be a deliberate effort to creating employment for these teeming youths. And secondly, the politicians have used some of these youths to perpetuate themselves in political advantages. But after their elections, they abandon these youths, and the youths now have to defend themselves or fend for themselves. So there is need for a partnership, a viral partnership between the government and the people, which is lacking right now.
So should we make security agencies more attractive so that, you have more citizens like the unemployed that you mentioned, more of them wanting to be recruited by security agencies?
If there is a call for submission of applications, they will not be able to address the number of applicants. The issue is we need more policemen. Secondly, they need to be equipped. Thirdly, the attitudinal change need to be addressed. So we need more policemen. They need to be repackaged. The entire Nigerian police need to be repackaged with more equipment, more focus, and ability to actually say the patriotism to serve this country must be crystal clear.
Major General Cecil S. Sakaigbe, thank you for joining us on the News at 10.